Hi there and welcome to episode 27 of our Rome 2 Total War Let's Play series. In the last episode we lost Cassentia over here to Ares' terror, both the Aridae, I think it was the Aridae, yes it is, the RDA even, whatever you want to call them, but there are some Latin rebels, a rebel army of only 4 units has appeared right outside Cassentia, so hopefully they'll actually do some good, but against 15 plus a garrison force, can't really see it happening. We also are Brundisium down. The Aridae managed to take Brundisium as well, and they have sent an army up towards Riminum. So there's 6 units up here, right next to Riminum. And what is our garrison force like in Riminum at the moment? So we've got a unit of legionaries, 2 units of plebs, and 2 units of levies. Not great, to be honest. Is there some way that we could raise some forces in Riminum? There is not, because we have... Why are we unable to raise forces? Because we have 4 out of 6 armies. Not enough money to commission new bodyguard. But it costs 0. There's a 0 cost to get attached to that. So that's interesting. Reinstate legacy. Revive the name of one of your defeated armies. Can we do this? No, we can't reinstate anything. Actually, cannot raise an army. And if I hold that over, you have insufficient funds. That's weird because it says... it says 0. It costs 0 there. But I guess that's a lie. So maybe we can... I don't know. Would we be able to bring any armies? They have just travelled over from Alalia, so they won't be able to help us. I don't think there's any way that we could actually get an army to Ariminum. Is Ariminum just bugged, or no, we can't raise an army from anywhere? We could bring this army back from Genua on a forced march to get back to Ariminum, but that would leave Genua open to the taking. I guess one thing that we could try and do while we're here is see if we can take Medhlan, because that seems to only have a very small defending force, 6 and 4, although how big is the Medhlan? So they do have 20 men in the garrison in total, Medhlan. So let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can take Medhlan very quickly, because Medhlan would be a very good settlement to actually own. So it looks like the battle's in our favour, so let's just auto-resolve that. And wow, remaining force is 31% protective, but nearly 60% balance stance, so let's go for that one. And let's see if we can't take that city. Very good, looks like we've taken the city. And let's... I tell you what. If we were to loot the city, we would get a fair amount of cash. And that cash could let us raise an army to defend Ariminum. So let's do that very quickly. So we've also got a little bit of a level up here as well. So let's just level this guy up. And what can we have? Veteran army, +1 experience for all recruits. +6 melee attack for all cavalry. Let's just have a very quick look at these here. Public order bonus could be potentially quite good. Maximum of +2 from presence of own culture. That would be very good right now, considering, what is the public order? -76 and -75 per turn. So, yes, let's go for a little bit of public order. So, -73. So, it's not going to change much, but, yeah, it should help us a little bit. So, conquest is -50, and hopefully that'll sort itself out rather quickly. If it doesn't sort itself out quickly, then we're in for a bit of trouble. So let's get back to Ariminum and let's very quickly recruit some forces. And we can actually bring some forces in now. And the best people to get are the ones with zeal, because they'll be the ones fighting. So who has good zeal? There is a 4 zeal there. That costs 400, and we can afford it this time. So let's raise an army there. And we'll use veteran legionaries, because it's always good to have the ground forces on the go. So let's make sure that you guys are in Ariminum and defending it like so. And then let's recruit a little bit of an army for you as well. Let's get... shall we recruit an army, or shall we also raise an army up in Genua? That is the question, because we have this army coming down south here. Although we have another army here that is also training up. So we have enough armies at the moment. We don't need any more armies. What we do need are larger armies though. So what can we recruit? We can't recruit anything in Lilybaeum. This here is Garamantia, who are our allies to Corellis. So there's no need to worry about Corrales or Eulalia, although how is the public order doing here? We're going to change up 1 per turn? No. Provincial instability is lowering by 1 per turn, so soon we will be adding 1 per turn in terms of the change. So let's start recruiting a little bit of an army over here. Let's get a veteran legionaries and some velites, I think would be good. And with the money we have left over, which was 972, let's see if we can't do some repairs. So that is a barbarian fortified city. We'll leave that for now. The field we can repair for 360 odd, and that's 560. We can repair both of those, the field and the meeting hall. Let's go for the meeting hall first because that's public order, and then the field. This, I mean, we can only dismantle that. We can't actually convert it at all. But that's only because we don't have any cash. So, yeah, let's leave that. And I think that's all we can do this turn. So hopefully, this is just hoplites there, and we now have 2 units of legionaries and Ariminum. Although that's some veteran legionaries, and if we click on Ariminum, if I can actually click there, and let's have another quick look at this. So we've got some veteran legionaries, some legionaries, 2 units of levies, 2 units of plebs. We should be able to hold off an assault from the Aridie. So let's end the turn there and see what happens. Okay, it looks like the Nori are having a little bit of a... decided to attack us over at our newly christened army. The Aridie actually ran away. They retreated away from Velathri, or Ariminum, sorry, it is here, not Velathri. I always look at that and think that this is Velathri, but that's actually behind us. So yes, at Ariminum here, the Aridie just ran. They ran for their lives, which has left the Nori to actually assault us. But it looks like we are seriously favoured here, so let's auto-resolve this, and let's go for, well, if we go for an aggressive offensive stance, then we're going to perhaps save some more units, so let's go for that way. And only a close victory, so that's a bit weird. But it looks like we have killed... it's because they had some scorpions, that'll be why. So because they had scorpions, the AI, when you do an auto-resolve, they charge the scorpions tend to take out more units than you would otherwise lose. So if I were to defend that on the battle map, then I probably wouldn't have lost nearly half as many units. But either way, let's kill all the captors, because... Oh, no, let's release the captors. Release the Nori. Oh, hello. What's this then? Who is this that's attacking us now? I don't even know who this is. Is this Syracuse, or... is this rebels? I think this is rebels. I believe that the rebels are attacking Genua here, and our garrison army is terrible in comparison to theirs. So this was the risk that we took when we decided to take Medhlan with our main army, that the rebels would go back onto Genua and retake it. It's not the battle deployment is not exactly in our favour there. They have, how many do they have? We've got what, 160 plus 70. We've got about 240 men. Is that right? Yes, 230 men or so, and looks like they have about twice as many men as us, and better men. So let's auto-resolve this. We're going to lose Genua, but we can try and retake Genua at a later date. Yeah, a decisive defeat. We managed to kill maybe 10 people. Yeah, they lost 18 people and we lost 243, so they outnumbered us over 2 to 1, and with much better units as well. So we've lost Genua there, but we have an increase in rank, so that's our new general, I believe. And there's a rebellion in Genua, as we thought we would have. Subversion in Medhlan, sabotage in Lillebeum, sabotage in Neapolis, sabotage in Riminum, and there's a mission issued: recruit the following agent, Dignitarv. So we could do with doing that, because we could do with some indisputable authority. 5% dignitary action chance of success. So over here in Ariminum, our army is now... it's building very slowly because there were 2 turns left and now there's 1 turn. Oh, it's winter time. That's nice. And so we have this army here in Genua that we could really do with retaking. And the only army we have nearby is this army of Medhlan, which are all still quite badly damaged. So we don't really want to leave that. If those were trained up, we could chase those guys down and kill them, but they're not, unfortunately. This is a tough one. Are we able to bring this army? See, they're not in range, which is difficult. This army is nowhere near going to be in range, but the Aridii are bringing, quite a large army, a 14-man army, towards Neapolis, so that's a bit of a worry. And down here, the Syracuse seem to be marching on Lilybaeum as well with a 14-man army, so that's another bit of a worry as well. So we don't have much of a garrison there either, only 2 units of levies, 2 units of plebs and 1 unit of levies. So that army's going to be in a little bit of trouble, unless we can get them some help as well. So the Aridii have a 6-unit army here, and we have a 6-unit army here. We could potentially intercept them and take them out, but would we want to risk that? The other thing we could potentially do is bring this army here up into the north to go to Genua and retake that. Now that's one option, so we could either take this army north up into Genua or take it down south towards Brundisium and Cosentia. I think it'd be better used down south actually, especially considering the Aridii army. We don't want to have all of our cities taken from behind, so let's bring these guys down south towards Neapolis. Let's station them outside just here, and in fact we could potentially take these guys on. So if we say go to there, and we bring these guys out to actually assault these guys, they'll run away. They'll run a mile. Wonder if we can get these guys in a little bit more. So this is dangerous. We're leaving Neapolis here. There we go. Let's just auto-resolve that battle. Let's go for the aggressive stance, see if we can run them all down. Mission successful. Oh, I didn't realise that we were... okay. So we managed to get another 500 gold for that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's release those captives, because we want to try and bring back a little bit of favour from the Aridii. And let's see if we can't get these guys back towards Neapolis a little bit. Is there any way we can do a forced march? Yes. Let's run back to Neapolis, guys. And you guys are going to have to sit around and do not a lot, unfortunately. And we should be able to defend against Aridii. I mean, what's the Neapolis garrison force like? Oh, we've got a unit of legionaries, 2 units of levies, so that's quite good. So we've got 4 units of ranged and 5 units of legionaries. It'll be difficult to defend against that, but we should be able to. So this unit's still training people up. We've got quite a lot of gold in the treasury, so I think now's the chance for us to actually train some more units up. And let's also get a couple of extra zeal here for this guy. So these, well, in fact, all 4 or 5 of our armies, in fact, we could do a training. We can't train anyone in Medhlan at the moment because it is currently under, it's not ours at the moment. But with these guys, we can definitely train some units. So let's see what we can recruit. So that's going to have 2 of each. So let's see if we can get another couple of those. Well, that takes up all of our gold, though. We don't really want to recruit too many in one place. That's quite a big army, and so is that, although this one could do with some more ranged. That one we can't actually recruit any on, but this one we can. So let's get a couple of units of velites. Oh, apparently we can't. No, the training doesn't actually work for this army. That's strange. Let's try that again. Nope. Okay, so I am able to train, but it won't let me. Okay, fine. We'll go back over it. There's no point in training for these guys because everything is sat there at it'd be 2 turns. So let's see if we can't just expand Roma instead. What can we build in Roma to bring us some more? Ooh, we could do with more public order actually. What's the public order made up of in Roma? If we hover over that, so it's mainly taxes, slave, cultural differences, devastation, provincial instability, which will be fixed very shortly, but in the meantime I think we could do with something like a public forum, +1 per wealth and 50 wealth, +1 public order per turn, 50 wealth per culture. Or we could do something along the lines of a field of Mars, which will give recruitment of legionaries and velites. Although we already are able to recruit those sorts of things, so I think it's going to be public order, the public forum. Unless we go for consecrated ground, which is 2 public order per turn and 2 Latin cultural influence. No, let's go for the public forum there. I think we'll just save the rest of that 700 odd gold. Although, is there anything we can do over here? That's Garamantia. And this guy here, is there anything you guys can do? You can't recruit anyone. We could hire a couple of mercenaries. That might help us out with the Syracusal army. We could potentially hire 2 units of spears. Or some peltasts. Not really sure. I think the best option would be a couple of units of spears there. So if we had 2 units of spears, that'll help us against this Syracuse army if they decide to come and attack us. So we've now got 9 units, they've got 14, and we also have the Lilibay and the 3 units of garrison. 2 plebs are pretty useless, so we've got a unit of levies there, plus the 9 units here, and they have 14. It'll be a difficult defence if they do mount an attack, but we should be able to do it. Anyway, I think I've spoken for long enough today. I'm not going to end the turn there because I suspect that there's going to be hours of battles ahead of us, so we'll bring this episode to a close here. In the next episode we'll end the turn immediately, and I imagine we'll be attacked by the Iridae at Neapolis and by the Syracuse at Lilybæum, and we'll have to defend them. But until then, I'll say thank you very much for watching. Bye bye now.